So here we go with a bit of algebra. So we're going to read the command terms. It says expand. So expand is when we take this little guy here and we multiply out this bracket. Then we take this guy and multiply out this bracket. Then simplify means putting together like terms, all right? Now you might have your own technique for this, where you might just kind of do x times x, x times 3, 2 times x, 2 times 3, and that's fine. And you put your answers down here, then you'll gather them together. But I'm going to show you the grid method, right? So here's the grid method. So I'm going to take this x and a plus 2, and I'm going to transfer it over to here, x and a plus 2. And let's go ahead and write that in now. So here's the x, here's the positive 2 plus 2, here's the x, and here's the plus 3. So can you see how I've transferred each bracket to represent a side of this square over here? Then I'm just going to go and fill in as if we're multiplying in the grid. So we're going to do x times x in here, and that's going to be x squared. So just troll across 2x, that's a positive, 3x, that's a positive. And this is, can you see, 2 times 3 at the bottom? It'll be in here 2 times the 3, and that'll be a 6, and it'll be a positive 6. Okay, so that's the grid method. And it's just more an organising frame for you. Okay, so now let's transfer the individual pieces onto the line. X squared, that's this guy sorted out, plus 2x, plus 3x, plus 6. So I've used the grid to expand. I've used the grid to expand, right? But now can you see I can gather like terms, so I'm going to do the simplify part now. So let's go ahead and do the simplify part. So that'll be x squared plus 5x plus 6. So there you go. We've taken this pair of double brackets, one bracket times another bracket. We've got the expanded version here, and then we've gone ahead and simplified it here, and we've used the grid method to help us. Okay, so if you go from here to here without the grid, that's fine, but the grid's going to come in handy when we try and go backwards. So the next thing we're going to try and do after we've done this page is start from here and go back to here, and that's called factorizing. All right, and for sure the grid method is a great help for that. Let's go ahead and do the next two now. Not much talking, we'll go ahead and do it. Transfer the x and the negative 2, the first bracket. Transfer the x and the positive 3. X times x is x squared. Negative 2x, positive 3x. And negative 2 times positive 3 is negative 6. Transfer over x squared minus 2x plus 3x minus 6. And now simplify. X squared plus 1x minus 6x. Mathematicians are efficient, we don't need the 1 there, we know it's an x. Finally, a little bit harder, 2x and positive 5, x and negative 4. In here, 2x squared, 5x is positive, 8x, but it's a negative, and 5 fours are 20, but it's a negative. Transfer across, 2x squared, plus 5x minus 8x minus 20, and simplify 2x squared minus 3x minus 20. So there we go, we've expanded and we've simplified. So that's how to use the grid method to expand and simplify, but more importantly, you're understanding maybe which pieces, which terms appear in the grid, and how it might be helpful to factorize. So can you see if I've got x squared, that would go in this piece of the grid, and that would have to be an x and an x here. Can you see how here I've got an x squared, again this would appear here, and can you see 2x squared here, so the 2x squared would appear here, right? Now think about, where does the negative 20 appear? Here, so that must be a 5 and a 4. Or it could be a 10 and a 2, or it could be a 20 and a 1, right? So I'll just leave that for you for now. Watch ahead for the next video to practice some factorizing.